Hello, denizens of the internet. My name is Nice Dice, otherwise known, at least right now, as John Freezer, and I play a lot of Scout, and I wanted to talk about it for a little bit. Most important aspect to talk about with regards to loadouts, I think, is the armor, just because there's a thing that people don't know about armor, at least a lot of people don't know, it's never really explained anywhere, is you see these little ticks along the bottom? Those ticks represent each upgrade you've purchased. You can only have one in each row equipped, but you can purchase all of the upgrades. And for every milestone you hit, you get plus 5 health. And a paint job, which is nice. Plus 5 health. Another paint job. And plus 5 health. In total, that's 15 HP that you're just giving up if you don't buy all the upgrades. As far as the upgrades themselves, I like to run these four here. Quicker shield regeneration, delay, more max health. You could go for more shield, but it's 5 extra shield versus 20 extra max HP. It's kind of a no-brainer in my book. You only get one choice here, which is reduce fall damage, which is nice on Scout especially. And I really like the invulnerability after being revived. It gives you a second to collect yourself, maybe get a vampire proc with a power attack, and just gives you a little bit of breathing room and when things are going hairy, because if you go down as Scout, it's likely that something catastrophic has happened. As far as the flares go, it's really personal preference. I like to have the longest flares possible, longest duration flares rather, just because that's less time you have to spend putting up flares and more time you can spend, mining or shooting. As far as the grappling hook goes, the first tier I've gone back and forth a couple times throughout my tenure as a Scout main. But overall, I prefer the increased range because I find myself having more situations where I'm like just out of reach of being able to grapple and it screws me over more often than I'm in a situation where if I had a half second shorter recharge, I wouldn't have died or something like that. These are just preference, really. I prefer having the fall damage reduction because you are Scout, you're going to take fall damage. That's just how this game goes. As far as the pickaxe goes, yes, you can actually upgrade your pickaxe. The power attack, left click while holding right click, and you do the super smash. Personally, I like the shorter cooldown. It's 10 whole seconds. You do get double damage if you choose the damage perk, but a power attack on Hazard 5 is enough to kill a grunt that's in your face, and if it doesn't kill the grunt, like if it's a slasher or a guard, you're still probably going to stun them, which gives you time to, get some breathing room. So I like having the cooldown. For perks, there's a couple that I feel like you really need to take as Scout. First one being Resupplier. I take this on every single loadout I have in this video game. It's just, it can save your ass if you're resupplying in a pinch. It gives you extra longevity because you get more heals. And you don't have to spend time reloading once you actually do the resupply. Which is more impactful on, say, Gunner, where you have weapons like the autocannon that take years to reload. But it's still nice, but mainly we're going for the faster resupply and the extra health. The other perk that I think is pseudo-mandatory would be Field Medic. That's just because as Scout, you have the easiest time avoiding damage, generally speaking. Which means you're going to end up in some clutch situations where you're the only one on your team alive, and you need to get people up. You can spend the active charge on, say, your gunner, who can throw down a shield and let you revive other teammates. It's just too clutch not to have on a class that finds itself in clutch situations. As far as the other perks, Thorns is nice if you're not running Vampire. Vampire and Thorns are kind of counter synergistic, because what'll happen a lot of times is you'll go up to melee something to get your health back, it'll hit you and die, and you won't get that health back. Born Ready depends on the weapons you're using. I really like it with the M1000 and the shotgun specifically. Born Ready is an incredible perk. Friendly and Elemental Insulation are just good ways to give you a little extra survivability And the only other perk that I would say is probably worth taking is maybe Deep Pockets, because that lets you just... It gives you more uptime when you're mining. You don't have to make as many trips back to Molly, which is really a quality of life thing over anything else, but I still take it from time to time. Sweet Tooth and Vampire are just good. Being faster as Scout is always nice. And because you can get to, say, Red Sugar that's on the ceiling, for example, that other classes really can't reach unless the gunner shoots it down with his minigun, you're going to be able to get Red Sugar more efficiently and get that movement speed bonus. It's really nice. Vampire's just good. Power attack a grunt, get 5 health, seems good. And lastly, with regards to the active perks, if I'm running Vampire, I will often also run Iron Will, simply for that clutch factor. Everybody goes down, mission's over, it starts that 10-second timer. You know, you Iron Will, power attack a bug, get health back, revive someone, zip out, and you're back in business. Really, really strong. Heightened Senses can be good if you're worried about cave leeches. That's the, I would say, most common use case for that. Because you are a Scout, you're going to be going into places often before your teammates. It's good to just be able to ignore cave leeches twice per mission. Otherwise, I like Steve's. I take Dash sometimes, but you don't really need it as this class because of the grappling hook. Weapons are personal preference. I think they're all good. The GK2 and the M1000, I would say, are like, if we were to put them in a tier list scenario, I would put these in like the S tier, and I would put the Plasma Carbine in like the A tier, just because it's a little bit more awkward to use. I still think it's good. I just don't take it as often because it's a little more awkward. You have to lead your shots and it overheats. For the secondaries, I think they're all in the same tier. I used to think that the crossbow was a little bit worse off, but I've recently come around on that. So those are my thoughts on Scout loadouts. I can talk more in depth about weapon builds at a later time if people want to hear about that. But for now, let's just get into some gameplay. We're loading in here to a Hazard 5 short, low complexity egg hunt in the salt pits. I just wanted to do something simple so I could speak my thoughts on actually playing this video game. First thing out of the pod every time, well, before you go out of the pod, make sure it's safe. In this case, it's not. So we'll go ahead and abuse our drop pod near immunity from damage to take care of those spitballers. But you're gonna light up is the first thing you do. Oh my god, golden loot bug. Look at him. But as Scout, coming out of the pod, you want to do two things. You want to light up, and you want to turn around, or look around rather, and scan for Nitra. I've got some Nitra right here. I'll go ahead and grab it, and we'll go ahead and tell Bosco to grab it, because I'm playing solo. This might be controversial. I kill loot bugs. Not always. I love the little buggers. They're so cute. But they do got that Nitra. And as we all know, Nitra is how you stay alive in this game. Because without Nitra, you don't have bullets or health. I do kill loot bugs. I don't always kill loot bugs. But in a situation like this where I'm not really concerned about running out of ammo, I'm just going to let them be. This Nitra is next to Swarmer Vein. These activate if you get too close to them, essentially. I don't know if Bosco triggers them, so we'll let him do that. We'll go ahead and kill these barnacles, because they're our secondary objective. I've got 1,000 hours in this game. Not much is that relevant to my progression at this point other than XP. I like number go up. Feels good. Let's see if that triggered. Got the boomerang ready if it did. It did not. That's good. Our players are running out. It's about time to get to a new part of the cave. I'm going to use our train scanner to see where exactly I need to dig here. Tell Bosco to help. And we got spawns, actually. I thought those were through the wall. I didn't realize. that was actually enemies. But yeah, when you're in combat scenarios like this, you don't really have to fight if you don't have to. I can just run around here and zip around, and I can kite this horde of grunts for as long as I really want to. Yeah, I'll take some chip damage here and there maybe, but not a huge concern. Rocket, Bosco! Boom! Yeah, obviously, go for weak points. I know, crazy concept. But it's especially important on Scout because you have less ammo, generally speaking, than any of the other classes. So you really got to make your shots count. As a side note to that, you can pick your engagements as this class a lot easier because you're so mobile. So if you don't have to fight something, if you don't have to kill it, maybe just let it be. Let one of your more ammo efficient classes deal with, you know, killing a big horde of grunts. Let your driller or gunner go hog wild.
Where is that damn mule?
Just getting some nitro at this point. Just taking it slow. If I were like speed running, air quotes, I would maybe not even stop to get nitro. I'd probably just do the mission, which is getting the eggs. But this is for demonstration purposes, so we're just taking it easy. The Scout, it's not that he has less firepower than the other classes, it's that he has less sustained firepower than the other classes. You can take out hordes just fine, as I'm hopefully demonstrating right now. But, you don't, it's not your job, per se, to take out hordes, so, you know, be smart with how you use your ammo. So above all else, you want to stay alive more than you want to kill things as this class, unless it's something incredibly dangerous, like a Tri-Jaw or an Acid Spitter, a Menace, for example. I tell Bosco to kill this Spitballer. Language.
What's your profanity? Right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, whenever you get into a new room like this, you know, don't be afraid to spend a couple flares if you need to light up the whole thing. That is one of your prerogatives as this class, is just keeping everything lit up. That's gotta be a... There's no way that's a second tool to move, but that has to be. That we saw as we were coming in. Go ahead and grab this egg. The way egg missions work in this game is when you grab an egg, it's going to spawn a small cluster of bugs. It's not a full-blown swarm. It's just going to be like a little mini horde. And that's guaranteed. There's nothing you can do to avoid that. And there's a random chance per egg you get to trigger a swarm. But depending on the length of the mission, there are a certain amount of swarms that will be guaranteed. And there's nothing we can do as doors to avoid this. It's just the name of the game. Not that I mind. Nice try, Bucko. If you are using Vampire like I am here, try and keep track of your health and just get those last hits where you can get them. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a resupply here. I could do this minigame, but I don't really feel like it. These powers are quite annoying to deal with if you don't have like an engineer or copious amounts of resupplies.
Resupply arrived. Go
There we can see the power attack taking out a grunt in one shot. Par for the course. They also take out loot bugs in one shot.
Getting more ammo.
But that's neither here nor there. Looks like I got an air cube, which I'm stoked to see. We love that. Not even in the wall. We got our secondary. All that's left to really do now is just get the eggs. It's not really that relevant here, since I'm the only player. I have to kill everything. But when you're playing in a team environment, you have the capacity to kill things. But you have to pick your shots, as I was saying earlier. So try to focus on enemies that are high threat or have range, is how I like to do it. You know, if you see web spitters, acid spitters on the ceiling, Mactera in the air, the septic spreaders are often high priority. Take them out before focusing on other enemies, like right here, with that acid splitter gone, with this septic spreader gone. I'm not really concerned about that roller, so I can just run away from him, reposition, get my bearings.
Kill or be killed.
Up here is going to be a little bit annoying to get. I'm going to take some fall damage here.
Mine.
Just going to have Bosco get that one for me.
I called for the mule.
And if you didn't know, when you're playing solo in this game, you pull out your laser pointer. My bind for that is control. And you can point at something, and if it's mineable, Bosco will mine it. If it's not mineable,
Look there.
he'll provide light. As he's doing right now. You see, I've pointed at that, he's shining his light on it.
Attack.
You tell him if you target an enemy, he'll focus on that specific enemy. So we're going to point him at that oppressor for now. Just running around, kiting these grunts, taking out the acid spitters on the ceiling. Bosco actually killed the oppressor. That's pretty cool. Okay, now that we've dealt with the high threat enemies, i.e. the acid spitters, we turn around and focus on the lower threat grunts. I would have considered the oppressor a little bit lower threat because I am in a wide open area. If you're like in a cave where there's a really tight choke point, oppressors are pretty annoying because they'll start doing their ground pound attack and start bouncing you everywhere. It's a bad time. You don't want to deal with that. But if you're in a wide open area like this, it's really not as big of a deal. Just gonna focus on not taking damage here. Kill the acid spitter. Kill the septic spreaders. Not too concerned about the stingtail in this scenario because I can just grapple away from him again. I would prioritize killing stingtails to a certain extent, simply because they're more threatening for your teammates. But again, playing alone, I don't really have to care as much. One more egg, which is over here. Okay.
Help me mine.
That's also in a little bit of an awkward spot. I'm gonna have Bosco help me out. There we go.
I feel like a mule.
The swarm's heading your way. Load up.
There's Molly. See there. Because I didn't get the swarm on those first 3 eggs, you know, we're guaranteed the swarm on the 4th one. That's just how the mission type works. It's not because I did anything different or wrong.
The swarm is upon you.
And now we're fighting for our life. Make sure you keep your lights up so we can see those, you know, acid spitters and the like on the ceilings. If you ever feel like you're threatened, get out. Don't have to care about the stingtail because we can grapple. Grenades are across the board really good revive tools for Scout. Doesn't matter which one you have, if you have a teammate that's getting dogpiled and you don't want to risk going in and taking a bunch of damage to revive them, just toss a nade in there. Doesn't matter which one it is, it's going to help you revive them a lot easier. You know, I could kill these grunts right now, but I'm more concerned.
Watch it. That thing made a right proper mess.
I don't know, the fire attack. More concerned with the septic spreaders, if they're going to make it harder for you to kite. Yeah, there's really not much I can say other than prioritize not taking damage over dealing damage and stay alive. You have the easiest access to mobility out of all the classes in this game, so use it. I think my controller is vibrating on me. I haven't plugged in right now. I was playing a racing game earlier. Wow. That was crazy. Did that through a wall. We're just clearing out the last of this horde here. We're gonna go ahead and hit the button on Molly and go home. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to get. Let me grab some gold here so I can demonstrate. There's tech you can do with depositing in this game. I can't show it on Molly because she's going back to the drop pod, but can deposit on the sides of the drop pod once it comes back. But the tech I'm talking about is if you start depositing, cancel by clicking your pickaxe, just like your right click to mine or melee. You just click it and do that really, really fast. Just E right click. Looks like this. And you're going to deposit a lot faster that way. I don't do it all the time because I'm lazy. But it is good tech to know just in case you're in a high pressure situation where you really need to get some nitro deposited and there's enemies bearing down on you. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about this class right now. There is tech specific to different weapons and things like that, but for the scope of this video, I really just wanted to go over basic stuff. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, found it helpful, leave a like, leave a comment, boost me in that algorithm. I'm trying to get discovered out here. And thanks for watching.